Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. Today is Sunday the 29th of June, and that means as I've woken up this morning after another decent night's sleep, I am tired because I'm going to say probably 11 or 12% body fat, if not a little bit less, which is pleasing to look at in the mirror, but there are some drawbacks, and I've always said that. And when you're 20, 25, 30% body fat, when you've been eating whatever you want, whenever you want, drinking heaps of alcohol, not restricting yourself whatsoever, you forget. You look at yourself in the mirror and you say, fuck, I'd love to be 10 kilos lighter. I'd love to have a six pack. I'd love to be, nice and lean. But there are drawbacks, and I'm feeling them. Well and truly. So I think a little bit of it is because I'm coming to the end of being sick. I feel like a little bit of it is because I've been so disheartened with this pain in my mouth due to my tooth being pulled out. But that is passing slowly but surely. It's not gone completely. So it is a bit of a nagging, issue. And I guess, we take our health for granted, and we most certainly take being pain-free for granted, because it is just a nuisance. It really just brings you down, and it's brought me down. But we're almost through, and the most important thing is that I haven't had a drink, but I have been tempted. I really have, and to be honest, the closest I've been to having a drink was on Friday evening, after leaving my job, knowing that that was my final day, celebrating, wanting to celebrate, just feeling a massive, huge sense of relief. And those are the moments that, in the past, I was drinking pretty much every day, but those are the moments that any normal person, whatever normal means, could well indulge, could well celebrate with a drink. And I went and met my dad, and we're at the bar, and I was surrounded by people drinking. And at that point, I only went there because I knew, I was confident that I wasn't going to drink. But walking out of work, that was when it was really tempting. I just thought, you deserve it. I honestly said to myself, you deserve it. And that's a slippery slope, as we all know. So waking up this morning, kind of fatigued. I'm going to go and watch the UFC with my dad, and then we are going to go over to my kids' house and make some dinner. If the weather holds out, we're going to go for a swim as well. So that's going to be my afternoon sorted. As of this morning, I went to the gym. I've bought some chicken, some eggs, and some vegetables, which I'm cooking at the moment to meal prep for the week ahead. And I've got my first day of my new job tomorrow, starting at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. So I'm going to get up at 4. I think tomorrow I'll get up between 4 and 4:10. I'll leave the house between 4:30 to 4:35, and I'll attempt to get there. Actually, I'll probably leave at 4:30, to be honest. It takes about 25 minutes to get there, although there'll be no traffic on the roads. And I'll turn up 4:55 on the dot. And have some fun, hopefully. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to finish my role, finish my shift at 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever it is, and feel as if that has actually been something that I can enjoy moving forward. That is the goal. That is how I'm hoping I feel, but only time will tell. So I'm working Monday, Tuesday. I've got Wednesday, Thursday off. Then I'm working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which suits me. In this job, you get penalty rates for anything after 6 p.m, which I'm not going to have this week because I'm working the morning shift, and anything on the weekend. So Saturdays, I don't know what it is, but it's 25% or something. Sunday is 50%. So it's those weekend days and the afternoon shifts that will sort of pump up my income just that little bit, and will hopefully mean that overall, financially, I'm not going to be too much worse off. In fact, I could be, depending on the shifts, of course, depending on whether I take some overtime or not, I could be at the same level financially that I was in my previous job. But mentally, man, that job almost killed me. It was one of the most depressing environments I've been in, and it's not due to anyone else, it's just me. It's just me, and I knew it early on, but I pushed through and I stayed as long as I possibly could. But and you know, that's the thing, like, it's Sunday, I've had a couple of days, I've had a day off, I've had a day and a half off of work, and it's at this point that you think, oh, I could go back for another week. But then I get in there on Monday morning, the first couple of hours might fly by, because I've got work that's flowed in over the weekend, but then it slows down and I look around and I think, fuck me, I'm 2 hours into a 38-hour week, and I hate the place again. So I know it's the right decision. I'm going to be driving for a job. I feel like that is going to suit me for now. It's going to tie me over until I do whatever comes next, and I just want to do my job, go home, and not feel depressed. Simple as that. I don't want my job to make me depressed. I want to go in. I can trade my time for money. That's absolutely fine. But I don't want to feel depressed, because life is too short to feel like that. So that's where we're at. I'm going to wait until this chicken's cooked. I'm going to put it into my Tupperware containers, and we move. Once again, to have a car is an absolute blessing. I knew it was going to help, but it's, you know, I'm not taking it for granted. It is a massive help. I desperately needed it, but I could have pushed through with the motorbike. It is what it is. Will I sell it? Maybe. Do I like the thought of jumping on a motorbike whenever I want and having a car available? Yes, I do. It's probably worth about $2,500, so it's up to me whether I sell it or not. But if I really need the money, I will sell it. At the moment, I am pretty skint, but I've got transport, and I've got housing, and I've got my mental health. I've got food in the fridge, and at this point, that's about all I need. So, day 77, Sunday the 29th of June, clean and sober for almost 11 weeks, and it's been a journey. This next week, I'm going to take a break. I've made way too many videos over the last week. They're going to take a couple of weeks to release. I don't want, you know, at this point I think I've got 19 videos to release, which is effectively 38 days worth of content. And in 38 days from now, I'll be at 105 days sober. 115. 115 days sober, that's almost 4 months. So I've got to, you know, slow down. I've got to continue to focus on what I need to, which is my children, my job, my friends and family, my sobriety, and my healthy way of living. Exercise, decent diet, and yeah, I dare say by the time you see this video, I will have completed my overall goal physically, which is to get in the best shape of my life by the time I'm 35. So we're inching closer and closer, and I'm not going to stop yet. I enjoy the food I eat. I really do. I enjoy the food I eat. It's just I don't eat enough of it. Although this last couple of weeks I have sort of raised my calories. I've tracked absolutely everything I've eaten and drunk to the best of my ability. Every day, every single thing, every carb, every protein, every fat, every bit of fiber, sugar, and calories overall. And that is a video that I will create at the 12-week mark, 12 weeks of dieting, what we've achieved in 12 weeks of dieting. I'm looking forward to that video. That will be a week today. So this will be the final video for the next week. I'm signing off. I'm going to focus on my new job, and next week I will come back to you with a report as to how it's going. And that's me. That's a bit of an update. So thank you, as always, for watching. I am here to tell my story, day by day. These videos help me more than you could ever imagine. I enjoy making them. They allow me to be creative. They allow me to, continue to try and grow this YouTube channel because I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the type of content that I produce on this channel. I enjoy consuming it from other content creators, and I don't want to stop anytime soon. But I am going to take the next week off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.